Hi guys, welcome back. It's been a while, and today we are tying Alley Shrimp Cascade. It's an Atlantic salmon pattern, also good for trout and steelhead. The creator of this is Alistair Gowans, and we will be starting with a Mustad size 4 3x long steelhead salmon hook, and we're going to be using some 8/0 thread, black, and we're just going to tie this in the front here. And we're going to wrap that all the way back. Right about to the hook point. Cut that off. Okay, and now we're going to do a couple more wraps back because we're going to be tying in a tag just about there, just inside of the hook point. Okay, so going to have some tying wax there. Now we'll be doing that tag with some French tinsel in a small size. And the one thing we want to do is actually grab some tweezers and just kind of pull off some of the tinsel. And what that does is it exposes some of the rope that's underneath it. And that's where we're going to tie it in. Going to wrap that back, wrap that forward to where you want the tag to finish. And we'll do about 6 turns. And tie it off. Get a little look-see. Now we're going to wrap that thread all the way back to the beginning where we started. Right about there. Now we're going to grab some strands of bucktail, some nice bright yellow and orange. We're going to mix it in. So another thing too, if you have this bobbin holder here and you find that your bobbin is spinning, just bring it up and have it touch the bobbin so it doesn't spin out on you. So we're just going to grab some yellow first. And then grab some nice orange. Always remember, less is more. If you tie in too much of this stuff, it's going to give you a big head at the end, so I'll be careful on that. Just kind of mix it in there. Pull out anything that's not cooperating. Now we wanted about 2 hook shank lengths going back. Okay, now we're going to tie that in just in the front there. Nice tight wraps. Get some more tying wax there, and the tying wax helps you just control your thread. Now we're going to start wrapping that all the way back, and as you're doing that, make sure you're pulling slightly up with the bucktail. You're going to wrap that back all the way to the tag. Right about there. Sometimes you'll have a few not cooperating strands. You can just clip those off. Not a problem. Now you want to go back to the front and clip off all this excess. There you go. And now there's going to be 2 parts to the body. We're going to have some medium silver French tinsel for the back portion, and the front will be black floss, and we're also going to rib the remainder of the body, the black floss part, with the French tinsel. So let's grab some medium. And we're going to do exactly the same thing now. We're going to take your tweezers and expose some of that thread there. Just makes it easier to tie in. There we go. We'll just get that out of the way for now. And we're going to wrap that all the way back to the front again. And here, we're going to grab some Uni-Floss, some black, 1-ply. Tie that in the front with a little pinch wrap there. Okay, and we'll start wrapping that back nice and tight. Now you can make the 2 parts of the body either exactly half-half, or you can go 1/3 to 2/3. It's all up to you. Stop it right about there, and now we're going to start wrapping back over top of itself. Capture that. Clip that off. Clip off the remainder tag. Now we're going to go back to the tinsel and start creating our body here. Nice and tight. Now you can do this part of the body in flat tinsel and then rib it if you'd like. I like doing it with French tinsel at the back, and then winding now, ribbing the black floss. To cooperate here. It's not cooperating there. We're just going to cut off some of this excess that's getting in my way. And then capture your rib. Looks good. We're going to clip that off. Sometimes this French tinsel is very hard to cut. Okay, so sometimes this pattern is tied with some pearl crystal flash at the back. I'm just leaving it bare for now, but you can add in some different color of crystal flash in the tail. Okay, now the throat's going to be a little bit of gray squirrel tail. Okay, not too much. And just extending back about to the hook point. There. There we go. And we'll also add in, now for the wing, also a little bit of squirrel tail. And be careful that you don't put in too much, because we are putting some black squirrel tail on top of this one. And about the same length as we did with the throat. There we go. Secure that in. Go. And now we'll add in a little bit of black squirrel tail just on top. Again, not too much. Oops. And we're going to extend that just a little bit longer, about to the hook bend. Okay. There we go. We're just going to build up this head just slightly here. Okay. So far, so good. And now we're going to grab some, just some yellow hackle, some strung rooster, and a yellow. And just get rid of some of this fluffy stuff at the tips, this marabou here. And we'll just tie that in, because we're going to palmer that. And you want to pull these fibers back. Okay, I think I'm going to grab hackle pliers here for this one. As you're wrapping, you always want to grab your hackle and pull it back, especially when you're doing this type of pattern. And about 3 turns, 2 to 3 turns will do it on the first part of the hackle. We're going to be tying in some hot orange next. And you're always going to get some that get away on you. You just want to pull them back. And then wrap. There we go. And now we're going to get some This is where we're using a little bit different feather. We're going to be using some Schlappen, hot orange Schlappen. Now the Schlappen gets it really, the fibers, the hackles, the barbules are very webby, okay? And we want that extending all the way back to past the hook point if we can. And again, just getting rid of some of this soft marabou at the end. Just gets it out of our way. And the Schlappen has a little bit thinner stem, so be careful when you're tying it in that it doesn't get away on you. Grab our hackle pliers again. Pull that back as we're wrapping. And sometimes you'll get it where you're kind of trapping some fibers in there. And we'll clean that up once we tie it off now. And we'll just cover that up with our thread. You could pick them out, it's not a big deal. Well, we're just going to cover it right now. Some more wax on there. Now I just want to make sure that everything's covered. That looks good. Now we're going to tie in some jungle cock. I'm going to use some imitation on this one. You can get these in the any store, any fly shop. And we'll see how this looks with the imitation. Doesn't look too bad. Grab another piece. Not really a fan favorite of the imitation, but I know sometimes if you don't have any real jungle cock, that you have no choice. But it is a little bit more, as much as it is cheaper to use, it's not the real thing, but it's also paper, so you got to be careful on wrapping it. We're just going to build up our head now. And sometimes it's very difficult to trap in there. Got it. One side, look on the other. Looks good. Now try to get it into a nice head. I like making my heads a little bit bigger than normal. They seem to look better at times depending on the fly. Now I'm going to whip finish this. Get some lacquer on there, some nice resin, UV. Now you can always change up these colors in the tail and in the hackle and just make your own variation, or as a lot of tyers like to call variants. Pretty well just a change in the hackle or the body material. You can make this with a red head, which is pretty nice, and just experiment with different colors. It's pretty well imitating a nice little shrimp, but it can also imitate some sort of bait fish and or just attractant as far as the streamer goes. Swinging it or stripping it in, even dead drifting this at times. All right, give it a little bit of a comb. And there you have it. Ali's Shrimp Cascade. And again, don't forget, you can change up the colors. Still going to represent some sort of shrimp pattern, or streamer pattern for that matter. Again, with or without the jungle cock imitation or not. I'll just take this off here. I'll show you one that has the pearl flash in the tail with no jungle cock. Either pattern is really nice. Again, just changing it up. I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you next time.